a layout that I designed earlier in the month, and I wanted to share the video with you guys. So I dug into my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit for quarter 3, which the theme for this quarter was to build your kit around a season. And so I picked summer. It just made sense to go ahead with summer since that's the season we're in. And I love doing travel albums and documenting, our camping trips and road trips and all that kind of stuff. So I always have so much fun with that, and pulled out all my stash, sorted through a whole bunch of stuff, and put together this 3-month kit. And so it's kind of nice to actually dig in and start using some of this stuff. So these are papers that come from Mombi, Me and My Big Ideas. And it was a little kit that I found, I think at Dollarama, but it could have been Dollar Tree as well. So it has all these papers that you see, and then it had a 12 by 12 sheet of stickers and some stickers that are almost like a vellum sticker, and some I said cardstock stickers. The 12 by 12 sheet was cardstock stickers, and then chipboard stickers and dimensional stickers. So this cute little collection. I can honestly tell you, I don't know if there was a larger collection and this was just like a little kit based off of something larger. I don't remember. And I didn't frequent the Mombi products, so I can't recall what might have been out, because I think this was from 2018 or 2019, so a few years old. So I grabbed them out, and I have this big 8.5 by 11. Oh no, sorry, it's not. It's 8 by 10. An 8 by 10 picture that I printed from a trip that we took down through Seattle. We went down like into Idaho and then Washington and then down into Oregon. And I printed one of these pictures, and I just have sort of carried it from kit to kit, and I do kind of always have it pulled out, but I never seem to get around to scrapping it. And I feel like this year I've done really well about taking things that you have seen me share in videos and kind of repetitively keep sharing things, certain products or a technique that I have talked about for years and years, or in this case, a picture that I keep saying I'm going to scrap and then I never do. I feel like I've actually been making some progress in that department this year. And so I want to keep that going. And I grabbed out this picture, and then I'm just going to put together a really quick and simple layout based on this picture. So the one thing about having a picture in such a big scale is that it definitely takes up a lot of real estate on your layout. So your page is 12 by 12, or at least mine is 12 by 12. And then you have this picture that is 8 by 10. It really does take up a lot of that space. So, this is an opportunity for me where I like to kind of pick those papers where maybe I don't want to cover up a certain area of it. So I'm thinking like a lot of, Simple Stories papers where they do one big floral down in a corner, or even 49 and Market has a lot of papers like that. I mean, all of them do. I'm sure the minute I said that, you guys could all come up with a picture in your head of some paper you have in your stash that's kind of like that. So this is a good kind of opportunity to, depending on the orientation of the picture and the orientation of the picture that's on the papers, if you can make it work out, this is a good kind of chance to go ahead and use a piece of paper like that, because maybe then you don't really have to embellish all that much, and you can really let that feature from the paper stand out if it kind of works with the size of the picture. In this case, this particular collection had a few papers that had that sort of border at the top and at the bottom. And so I thought this was a good opportunity to kind of pull one of those out where I knew I wasn't going to add too many layers or anything like that that would cover up the picture that you see on the paper. So that's what I chose as my background. And then I'm going to just do a couple really simple layers behind the picture. And that's kind of it. I'm not going to try to clutter up this layout too much. So I did want to have a bit of a border because my kids are backlit, so you can see their silhouettes, and I like the idea of having a few pops of black to kind of bring out and really reinforce the silhouette in the photo. So I did go ahead and matte the main background piece on some black cardstock. I wasn't going to gut the center, but I decided to go ahead and do it. The one thing about this Mombi paper is it is like printer paper thin. It's got no weight to it at all. So I did kind of realize that I would probably want to put something in behind, just to make that background a little bit more sturdy. I know it's going to go into a page protector and there will be a layout probably on the other side, but it felt a little flimsy. So I thought I would matte it with some black cardstock. But then I decided I actually wanted to bring a layer of that black cardstock to the photo as well. And so I did go ahead and gut it. And then you saw I just had to kind of MacGyver the black together in order to make it fit the size of the 8x10 photo. But you can't really see because I left it as such a narrow border. You can't really see that there's a little crease where I kind of stuck it together. And then just to help it stand out from the background page a little bit more, I added 2 more layers. So 2 of the papers that were in the collection. I really liked that soft pink because I think it kind of matches the sunset the pink that's in the sunset in my photo. And then a piece of white paper that just has some gold little kind of flecks on it. So it just brings a little kind of shimmer and a different texture to the layout, but it's not very bold and it's not really kind of in your face. And you can see here, it definitely didn't take up a lot of real estate. So you can still see the border and those flowers and a little bit of the background that's kind of like a whitish yellow, almost like a mottled watercolor effect to the background. So you can still see that a little bit, which I felt like that yellow is just a little subtle and just slightly draws out some of the yellowy orange that's in the photo. I wish you could see that as well on camera as you can see it in real life, but it definitely brings that out and kind of enhances the concept that it's a sunset. And then I'm just going to take a few of these embellishments. I didn't really have a plan. I kind of normally would say that I would have an idea of where I wanted my clusters to go and what I want in my clusters. And then I usually build them kind of piece by piece. So if I'm doing stickers, I would put stickers in all 3 clusters, like all 3 areas. And then if I was adding chipboard, I would add chipboard to all 3 areas and kind of build all of the clusters at the same time. But because I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted 3 clusters, if I just wanted the 1 cluster down in that corner, I don't know. I was letting the product kind of draw me and just picking what my heart was telling me to pick and going with the flow. So I did create each cluster kind of on its own. But once I had these 2 down where it was mostly kind of soft pinks and the green from the leaves and some green from the little kind of word phrases that I was picking, I decided to make a 3rd one, and so I just followed that same basic recipe that I set out for myself. So a lighter pink flower with some green leaves and a couple little pops of the darker pink from some tiny little stickers and some sort of word or phrase And that was kind of it for my clusters. Pretty basic, but usually I kind of build them all simultaneously. And this time I wasn't quite sure. So I went with what my heart was telling me. I went with the flow. And so really simple and easy to put together. Not a lot of fuss, not a lot of scraps left. But of course, I have to add some sequins to give some little shimmer and shine and just make everything look super, super pretty. So I pulled out 3 different sequins mixes. These are June and July mixes. And I'm kind of matching colors a little bit. So I've got the bookish sequins because they have a sort of yellowy gold to them. And then these are Tropic Dream, and I'm going to use the pink because it's a very nice soft pink that matches the pink of each of the clusters. And so each cluster will get a couple of those little pinks. And I am adding a couple extras into the middle of some of the flowers on that background paper top and bottom borders. So that's what I used out of Tropic Dreams. And then now Shoreline. Oh, these ones are so pretty. They're very much on the greens with a little touch of blues. So exactly my sequins mix. I absolutely love the greens and blues. Those are my favorites. So I'm mostly pulling out little pops of green that I can put around the leaves and then again into the center of some of those flowers. So I'm even keeping it pretty simple with the sequins. I feel like they're just very strategically placed to kind of draw the eye in to those clusters, and that those clusters just kind of border the picture and help you take in the whole picture, which is just a very pretty, quiet, peaceful photo of my 3 kids, and I just really liked it. So that is it. That is the story of this layout, and I am all done. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, leave them for me down below. I love to chat with you guys in the comments. You can also check out more information on Instagram and TikTok, where I like to share a lot of my layouts and things like that too. All of the links are in the description box, as well as my code for my discount for SpiegelMom Scraps. You can use Jen15 at checkout to save 15% on your next purchase. And I will say goodbye for now. So thanks so much for watching. Talk to you all later. Until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.
Bye.